All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is once again the Tuesday night tradition. It is open mic night with the Driving to the Top team. And my name is Big Rich, and I'm laughing at the lower right-hand corner of our screen. We'll get to that here in just a second. But let's kick things off to my immediate right. As always, Dylan, what are you doing, buddy?
Hey, Hoss, are you already going to the 8th pack?
Adam, how's it going, buddy?
Good. Surprising win this weekend, but we'll talk about that.
And Mr. We Suck, how are you?
God damn, the ball fell out my head. I'm good.
My other question. When we talk college football, I got another question for you, buddy.
Oh, who, me?
Yeah.
Did he say he was flaccid?
I think so. Rav? Whoa, Rav ran away.
Oh, he laughed so hard he ran away.
Rav ran away. Oh no.
No, he wants to go fight. No, he wants to go punch Josh Allen.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's not like the Orioles walked off or something.
I want to punch his defense for letting up all those yards at the end.
Well, didn't the Bills lose a game?
Jeremy, how are you, man?
Recovering.
You and me both.
So, for those of you that aren't aware, Dylan is our resident Jacksonville Jaguar fan. Adam and I are the Steeler fans in this bunch. Haas is your New Orleans Saints fan, and Jeremy is a Detroit Lions guy. Rav, when he comes back, he is a Baltimore Ravens guy. So some of us had really happy Sundays. Some of us did not have really happy Sundays. But it's week one, like Jeremy and I were talking about backstage. It's week one. We got a lot more stuff going on the next 17 weeks. Dylan, what do you got?
Oh, I've got a bad beat for you guys. I've got a bad beat. You know, we all play fantasy football. Well, I lost my week one matchup by 400ths of a point. No joke. 400ths of a point.
Been
Yeah,
there,
hundreds or 410?
It actually happened because Jalen Hurts kneeled down a couple times in the end of Thursday night.
Wow. I got lucky. I handled mine pretty well. There he is. He's back. Hi, Rav.
How's it going, guys? I went to the John Harbaugh school tonight. I'm going to the John Harbaugh school tonight. How to give away takes. So I'll go to the John Harbaugh school. How to
so you're going to start off. So Rav, you're going to start off on fire and just die at the end.
Oh, gee.
Oh, let me think.
It was, yeah.
Everybody pick a number between 1 and 17.
Rav, I love you, but that was.
I'm going to go
good,
9.
What's your number?
9.
Is that how many games Jacksonville's going to win this year?
3.
3.
Or did they already win the only game they're going to win? 1.
Rich. Well, that's what happened 2020. The only game we won was week 1 against the Colts.
I'll go 8.
Chicken Nugget, what's up, my buddy?
Jason is coming on in 10 minutes, Jeremy, just for you, buddy.
Oh,
we got bonus baseball coming up, girls.
Oh, you have a number, Charles?
4.
I am relatively disappointed that we don't have Ken this week because I really wanted to ask him about that rousing performance that Caleb Williams put together last night.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, for 3 quarters, he was amazing.
Well, you get another one and go to bed.
Amazingly bad.
And for 3 quarters, Jim McCarthy Peters pants it, and then in the 4th, he turned to Joe Montana.
Just like he did at Michigan, and I predicted that. He never put a whole game together against good teams. It was always a half or a quarter to end up winning a game.
No, you're talking about McCarthy. I'm talking about Williams.
Yeah. No, but
I'm talking about Williams.
I'm 100% talking about.
Yeah, McCarthy. I think we're going to see a lot of that out of McCarthy. We're going to see some good and some bad every night.
Amen.
Honestly,
it's just a matter of how bad is the bad and how good is the good. Because when he was good last night, he was really good.
I mean,
when he was bad, he was really rough.
I mean,
let's put it this way: he's the first
quarterback went for that pick six.
He's the first quarterback to score 2 touchdowns passing and 1 rushing touchdown since Cam Newton in the 4th quarter.
That's why I say when he's good, he's good. He's real good.
I mean,
but when he's bad and he throws a pick six like he did.
That pick six might have been the worst throw I saw all week. I mean, that defensive back caught it and it was gone. But the throw.
Well, Peyton Manning made the perfect statement because I always watch the Peyton cast. I can't handle Joe Buck and Aikman. They just make me want to jump off a roof.
Can I say my name for him?
Well, go ahead.
Joe Buck, because he can just fuck off.
Well, all I know is that Peyton made the comment that it seemed like the the defensive back ran the pattern for McCarthy. And he was the one running the pattern because the pass was right in his hands, right as he anticipated it, and boom, he was gone. Not the best game of the weekend. Obviously
McCarthy looked.
I think from the entertainment. No,
I'm sorry. McCarthy last night looked exactly like I saw at Michigan. That was classic JJ McCarthy. Terrible for 3 quarters. Run the ball. Maybe your team keeps you in the game, and he's good for a quarter. Classic. That's exactly what I was worried about.
That's what I
saw.
Still
not good enough to win the game, luckily, last night. But, yeah, that's exactly the inconsistency what I saw.
That's what I saw.
Well, and he's fortunate. He's fortunate that he does have a really good pair of running backs with Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason to go with the pair of really good receivers that he's going to have when Jordan Addison comes back, with having JJ and Addison, and then of course Hawkinson at tight end. I mean, he's going to have weapons all around him. He's not going to have the Danny Dimes excuse in New York of I have no weapons. McCarthy's going to have weapons coming out of his ears.
By the way, I've got a funny story for you guys today.
We pick numbers.
Adam Sandler came to my alma mater today. Adam Sandler, the actor, comedian, funny guy.
Okay.
And he came to my school, and it was literally like 5 minutes after my mom was there. Inside the basketball arena.
Cool.
Would it be safe to say, and I hate to say this, Rev, but would it be safe to say the most entertaining game, not necessarily the best game, but the most entertaining game of the weekend was Sunday night?
It was one of the better games. That was one of the better games you'll see all season, and the results sucked. Period. That was outstanding. Both teams I thought played well, except for the Ravens in the last few minutes. So Josh Allen just does what he does. I mean, this guy, you can't give him an inch. He scores very quick. Very quick. Buffalo's very good. They have a good, well-rounded team. They need Josh Allen. They have some holes, but they're really, really good. But they can score in bunches like that. But the Ravens gave the game away. Period. I'm sick of seeing us like that. Go ahead.
That hit on Henry to force the fumble was just perfect. It was just a perfect hit. If he's 2 inches either way, it's not going to do that and make that ball pop out. It was just absolutely perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Dalio, the other side of the Sunday night football game. I'm just going to let you and Rav go at it for a minute. Here you go, guys. In this corner, from Baltimore, Maryland.
No, I think it's a mutual respect for the opponent. Again, both teams deserve to win that game. In fact, I think the Ravens deserve to win it a little more than the Bills did. But just as a Bills fan, I mean, we're super excited. we just finished our podcast and we were talking about it. And I said, I'm happy if the Bills win this game 10-9. But to win it in the way that they actually won it here, is just amazing. And, again, the Ravens are going to be fine. I picked them to win the Super Bowl, and I still do. I picked them to go 13-4. I had them losing this game anyway, even beforehand. And I still think the Ravens are going to be just fine, but both teams played an extremely entertaining game. And it was great to see, glad the Bills ended up winning. But again, lots of mutual respect for the opponent there. And again, they're going to be just fine.
Never has a team in the history of the NFL, and I saw the stat, 277 times where a team had 40 points with that time left on the clock and that big of a lead has ever lost a game, except for one. You saw it Sunday.
I did see that stat.
They're just giving games away at the end. The only time I thought the Ravens got outplayed last year is when they played Philly. I thought Philly outplayed them. I thought Philly was just better than the Ravens were. Everything else, the losses are like that. The losses. Look at this guy. Look, 16-year-old. There he goes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Why do the Ravens? I don't know what it is, but the Ravens seemingly blow double-digit leads. I mean, I remember against the Raiders. So why do the Ravens find defeat from the jaws of victory?
Too conservative at the end of games. Josh Allen, you got to give him credit for being a good quarterback. He can pick up them points. And John Harbaugh, too often, I think, is too conservative. Had you been playing like you were playing the first 35 minutes, but you're going to give him prevent defense, Allen wasted no time putting it in the end zone. Then you had the fumble. Then you had all this other stuff. That's exactly what happened. You can't get that conservative. This is why they keep to the point where you give away games like this. You can't give away games like that.
I'm just gonna
ask. They've done it a lot.
Did the Bears do the same thing and let JJ come all the way back? I didn't watch the game.
You know what, Rav? I think I figured it out. They stopped wanting to do it in the playoffs, so they're going to do it in the regular season.
Man, they want him. You know what I was thinking about too, and I'm really sound like an old head saying this team. But the Cleveland Browns, if y'all remember the 80s, 1980s, 87, 88, best team we never talk about, right? Yep. Marty Schottenheimer knocked on the door. They went to the AFC title game 2 years in a row, lose the 1 year with the fumble on the end with Ernest Biner, and they lose the other year with the drive. Elway with the great drive. So the drive and the fumble. And we never talk about the Browns. And the Ravens are absolutely trending in that direction. All this stuff at end of games, as good as you've been, you're just giving them away.
How much of that is coaching?
One thing that I always it is, and one thing I look at is the last offensive play for Baltimore. It's 3rd and 8. Okay, it's 3rd and 8. You run a 6-yard pattern. Why? Why are you running a 6-yard pattern? You're running a 6-yard in. You go 8 yards in because you had zero chance of getting a first down once you caught the ball.
I thought it was 3rd and 5 and he went 4 yards. I thought it was 3rd and 5 and he went 4 yards.
Either way, why go short of the
stick? No, the pattern was short. I thought it was
a yard short.
But yeah, why do you run the pattern a yard short? It just doesn't make any sense to do that. And you see teams do it every single week. But at that particular point in time, if Baltimore gets that first down, it's church.
Yep.
Buffalo never sees the ball again.
I've got one for you, Charles. On fourth down, the way both defenses played, might that have been one where you gamble and basically like Bill Belichick back in the day, 4th and 2 against Peyton Manning? You're like, heck, we're going to go for it. Go for it. We got Lamar and Derrick Henry. I think that would have made more sense than just punt it.
he would have done that too most of the time. Harbaugh would have went for it. When had that been Mahomes, I can guarantee you he goes for that. You got to start treating Josh Allen like that, because Josh Allen is just killing you late in games or whatever. Had it been Tom Brady, he'd have went for that. But no, he went and got all conservative like he does late in games, and it cost a game. And Joe asked me if it's coaching. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely, you're getting way too conservative at the end of these games.
How you doing, Rav? Are you talking about where you should have went for it at 4th and 3 and he punted it?
Yeah, he should have went for it.
There's a reason why he did it. They said Lamar's leg was cramping up, and you wouldn't risk going for it if he's got a cramped up leg.
That's not good.
Just give it.
That's why
there's the old school football player in my head going, you got plenty of time to rest for the next week.
Yep.
The last play.
You're giving Derrick Henry $15 million too at the other if you want to go for it. That might be a good idea too.
Old school, okay, but the reality is you don't want him hurt for the next game either. He's
right,
your best
but he could
player.
pivot on one. But he could pivot on one leg and hand it to the guy on 22.
Yeah, my take on that. Now, it's funny because I said on my show a few minutes ago, my wife and I were watching the highlight, the fourth quarter again yesterday. She said, why didn't they go for it on that play? And I told her I thought it was a smart play not to go for it. Now, again, I know what you guys are saying about being too conservative and stuff, but if they somehow not make that play, you're handing the Bills a field goal. Whereas if you punt it away,
do that.
the Bills still have to, drive down the field and make plays to get
You're
into
screwed
field goal.
either way. You got to pick your poison.
Yeah. Now I know, again, the defenses weren't making plays, and because all it would have taken was one interception, one drop thing, or one fumble. And again, I know defense wasn't making plays like that, but I told her actually, I think he would have taken more criticism had they gone for it in that case and missed it and the Bills kicked the field goal than him punting the ball away. I thought it was a smarter play to punt it away, to be honest with you.
I think it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right.
Exactly, Rich.
You're getting second guessed either way.
True.
Yeah, but here's what I was saying about the whole emphasis of defense now. Like I said, we were talking about it on our show, Joe, like all the football traditionalists, I like to use your team for an example, Charles, if you don't mind. The 2000 Ravens defense where they're making hits that back in the day would have not been, would have been penalties. But if they did any of that today, it'd be penalties. But also, you got to remember the way that, that hybrid kickoff rule that they took from the UFL, right? And I feel like what it does is, like I said, it favors offense a lot more because when you kick it for a touchback now, you're giving it to them at the 35-yard line. It's 15 yards more than the old days where you would give them at the 20. So when you used to put it at the 20, there was more time for your defense to basically, scheme. But it's like when you're giving up that much field position on a touchback or even on a kick, which if you saw 76% of the kicks were returned in week 1 because of the rule, they're still starting at the 33 or the 35. And it's like defensive coordinators now have to totally change the way they got to scheme on defense. Or do you change your mind? Do you say, we just outscore you instead of trying to stop you? Because, like I said, it's not going to turn into the NBA where there's no defense at all and it's all offense. But this rule makes it a lot more. It makes it even more of an offensive-friendly league and less defense. Well, I think there's still going to be defense. It's just, like I said, they want more action in the game, not just teams starting at the 20 and guys tackling each other. That's why I like the move, because there's more action in the game. But I guess I wonder if defensive coordinators are going to complain that all these kicks being returned, these teams are already starting with much shorter fields. What do you think, Rich? The traditionalist in you.
Well, I'm not a big fan of how they got this thing set up anyway. I wish they would go back to the old way of kicking off. But I think you're right. I think it's as broad as it is long. If you're returning the kick as much time as you have and the shorter distance for the guys to get their legs under them, you're running it out to the 30, 33-yard line, 35-yard line anyway. But it does take time off the clock, which we saw with what happened on Monday night. It took time off the clock, forced the 2-minute warning, so on and so forth. I'm okay with it, I guess. I just wish they'd go back to the old way of doing it.
Yeah, because you like defense, though, right?
Well, I like both, but I like things that when they work, we don't change them.
Although it wasn't working in 2020, it wasn't working in 2023 though, because only 22% of the kicks were returned.
Well, but let's shift gears for just a second to a different game, and let another two guys have their go at it.
Boy.
Jason, how you doing, bud?
I am fantastic this evening. How's everyone doing?
Doing great. Good to see you.
Well, we figure we'll let we just got done with the Buffalo and Baltimore end of things. Now we figure we'll let you and Jeremy get into the whole discussion about a certain game that went on Sunday afternoon. I don't know. Who did Green Bay play?
They played my Lions.
Yeah, they played the Motor City Kitties. I mean the Lions. That's right. Thank you.
That's okay. You have your glory. I said good game to the Packers fans I talk to all the time. You know what?
Well,
I'm not bitter about it because you guys played a good game. You looked prepared. My team looked like they were still stuck in high school and on a practice field because that O-line, I've never seen it look that bad in the entire Dan Campbell regime.
First of all, Jeremy, I will reassure you that even though we're rival fans, I'm not one of those types of fans to rip into you and dig it into your face and say, "Ooh, you suck." I don't believe in that.
Oh, you can say it. We did suck.
So I will say this, looking at it from the Detroit side, Jeremy is absolutely right. The Lions looked very vanilla in their game against the Packers on Sunday. And Jeremy, I got to be honest with you, they're going to miss Frank Ragnow a lot more than they realize.
Yeah, I know. I see it. You know what? You want to know what I hope?
Because I feel like this is the only true league.
Good Lord, that's loud.
Where you still play
what I saw was Kingsley Egekun in preseason. Out of the 4 games we played, he faced 3 starting defensive lines. So if you look at what we faced, and he didn't give up a lot of sacks, and Graham Glasgow looked as lost out there as any center I've ever seen. I've seen rookie centers come out of college and look better. Let Kingsley Egekun start this week versus Chicago.
So for me, from the Packers side of things, I couldn't have been more happy with the result of that game for Green Bay. I thought Jordan Love was very efficient with the football on Sunday. Did not try and do too much. He was able to distribute the ball effectively and fairly to all of his playmakers. He got Jaden Reed involved. He got Romeo Doubs involved. He got Josh Jacobs involved, both as a receiver and a runner. And, of course, there was that guy by the name of Micah Parsons on defense. And even though he didn't make an outstanding overtly contribution, I think he had, maybe 1 tackle or 1 sack or whatever. The point is that clearly he created a lot of disruption that allowed other players on that defense to disrupt the Lions on offense.
And what I noticed in the first half, though, you were creating more pressure when he was off the field than when he was on. So I think that was because he tired out that O-line, and they got more tired. And then all the mental mistakes that we were making, it compounded. Yeah. That's why you've seen Jared Goff do something he never did. He was 31 of 39. That means he was over 70% completion percentage, but the in-air yards per pass was only 5.8 yards, the lowest of his career. And that was because he had to get the ball out fast. He was pressured 9 times. I sacked 4 times, hit 7 times. That doesn't usually happen with Detroit. That hasn't happened since that second year when the Rams O-line went to shit. And we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, definitely. And, as far as Green Bay is concerned, after this one performance, a lot of the prognosticators and a lot of the analysts and experts want to say, hey, Super Bowl contender, they're going to challenge Philly as the best team in the NFC. Yeah, they probably will. But Green Bay will have their bumps and bruises this season. There's no doubt about it. And I want to see more out of Jordan Love. Bottom line, I want to see, A, that he can stay completely healthy, and that, B, he can have more efficient games like he did against Detroit on Sunday. Because when you look at all of the complementary weapons that he has around him on offense, Tucker Kraft at tight end, Josh Jacobs at running back, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, he has a plethora of players. He doesn't need to be Brett Favre. He doesn't need to be Don Mikowski. He doesn't need to be Bart Starr. He needs to be Jordan Love. Matt LaFleur needs to sit down with him and tell him, Jordan, we don't need you to win games by throwing 40 or 50 times for 300 yards. If you can reproduce what you did on week 1 against Detroit, with our new defense now with Micah Parsons and with the plethora of playmakers we have on offense, and by the way, that Packer offensive line is getting really, really, really good really quickly. Very impressed with the progress that Jordan Morgan has made. Very impressed with Elgton Jenkins. So all they need Jordan Love to do is be a game manager, make some plays here and there, but keep them in the game. So Matt LaFleur needs to tell Jordan, look, just manage the game for us, distribute the ball the way you did, learn from your bad days, move on from your good days.
Our guy had a touchdown.
Yeah, I couldn't have been happier with the way the Packers played on Sunday. And, we have a quick turnaround. We're playing this Thursday night. So, we'll be able to see a little bit more of Jordan and the whole Packers team. But I'm very happy with the direction we're going. And if everything goes and falls their way, there's no reason why they can't contend for a berth in the Super Bowl this year.
And I want to say Isaac Tesla looks just as good as I thought he would, even though he only had 3 snaps. 2 of them were run blocking. He had 1 pass to him. And what was it? One of those little air floaters that everybody hates to golf in the back corner of the end zone. And he looked, the way he caught it, and I'm not saying he is that guy, but it reminded me of that primetime OBJ catch from Eli Manning where he snow coned it behind him and pulled it in. That's what it reminded me of.
Yep. Yeah.
Ultimate question when it comes to that, though, Jeremy, is Adam, did you start Tesla?
But yeah, I did in 1 league.
Okay.
I have him on my team too.
He harped on him on our show too, as far as what this kid was going to be like and everything. I was like, okay, so and he did what he was supposed to do. So
I also had a Ibuka out there too.
So did I.
Lucky.
I had on one team. I had Derrick Henry, Ibuka, and who was the other one that had over 20 points? And I still lost by 5. Why? Because I had Joe Burrow as my starting quarterback.
I went 4-1 this week. I went 4-1.
The only reason
I won by about 20, and I had Quentin Johnson on my bench.
The only reason I
still won by 20.
I said I wouldn't draft Quentin
12.
Johnson
I'm sorry, 12.
until I seen him catch 80% of the passes on a season, because eventually that comes back to haunt him.
Where'd Rav go?
I don't know.
I'm not real sure where Rav ran off to.
He bugged out.
Hey, when you got to go, you got to go.
Hey, yeah, I mean,
we're
in the top of the 11th.
He pretended he was playing football and he was Derrick Henry and he fumbled his way out.
So let's shift off of football for just a second, because I want to get all you guys' opinions on this thing. And I tried pulling a video for this, and I couldn't get the damn thing to upload. So many of you have seen the Harrison Bader home run in Miami with the Phillies and the Marlins. He absolutely mashes one into an outfield home run. And the ball ends up hitting under one of the seats. Guy goes over probably 8 or 10 seats, grabs the ball, gives it to his kid immediately. It's the kid's birthday on top of everything else.
Right.
And this woman comes ripping over there.
Karen!
And makes an absolute ass of herself and screaming that ball should be mine. Da, 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 da. The dad takes the high road. No question about it. The dad takes the high road on this thing and hands the ball to the woman and just says, fine, take it. Screw it. Take it. Well, Harrison Bader finds out about this. I don't know if you guys saw about this.
Yes.
Harrison Bader finds out about it.
The whole
invites the kid down to the clubhouse.
Rich, before we even get to Harrison Bader, the Phillies gave this kid a goodie bag.
Oh, yeah. The Marlins did.
Too.
Yeah, this was in Miami. The Marlins did. They brought him a goodie bag with a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But then Harrison Bader invites him down to the clubhouse. And he said, well, I can't give you the ball that I hit out there, but here's the bat. And he signed the bat for the kid and gave him the bat and a bunch and some other stuff too. Signed things, took pictures with him, all that kind of good stuff. Super class act by Harrison Bader. You know, super class act. Class act by the Marlins to do what they did. Absolute 100% asinine move by this woman. And from what I gather,
she got fired.
And from what I've read in different reports, this woman works for a school district.
She got fired.
And she was fired.
And got fired.
You want to know what I think is even better than that? She's also banned from all MLB games, too. And she looks just like Nancy Warren, so I kind of love the fact that a woman that looks just like Nancy Warren got the smackdown.
Well, here's what I don't understand. In Miami, there's no empty seats. So how could this have happened in the first place? I'm joking, of course. I think it's just justice being served. That's all.
I didn't even know there were Karen women in Florida.
Oh, there is.
I could, but I mean,
you know,
I get that if you go after the ball and you don't give it to the kid or whatever, boo whoever it is out of the building. The dad got the ball for the kid and handed it to him, and it's his freaking birthday on top of everything else.
I think the kid had a better birthday without the ball.
Yeah.
No doubt. But how much of a what ignites someone to be that big of an absolute pain in the ass?
Woke
like
white
the woman did. What ignites you like that?
Her diseased liberal views.
Amen.
Not to get political, but she looked like a liberal. If you looked at her with the glasses and you could tell she was.
By the way, I can't confirm this. Trust me, I know Jeff Basson. I think that gal who acted a bit snotty, a bit naughty, is from Jersey. And we know people, trust me, I'm a native Floridian. We know people from Jersey are pieces of a four-letter word that I will not use on this show. But go ahead.
Shit.
It's probably not a good idea to stereotype all people from Jersey. I've got some friends from Jersey. Mike
Trout's from Jersey and he's cool. But
you know what my favorite thing is about the Jersey thing? It came from a movie. Go back to Jersey, you moron.
She looked like a dyke. She looked like a dyke Jamie Curtis.
100%.
Jamie Lee Curtis is actually a lesbian. You know that, right?
Yeah, but she's got big knockers.
No way.
I'm okay with that.
I didn't know that.
So I think she switched hits, guys.
Oh,
at least she didn't wake up and Chris Browner on Little Dickie's body for freaky or for.
Wait a minute, guys. I'm
gonna change the
going south fast.
I'm gonna get us back on street.
I got a better one than that.
No.
Don't worry, it's PG. I promise.
Dylan, I want to hear Marcus. Dylan.
Or PG. This is going to involve Jamie. Jamie and Rav. I need to hear your take on this. What was worse, the friggin' baseball Karen taking the ball, or that fan shoving Lamar Jackson and he got banned from all NFL stadiums?
As he should have been.
Yeah, 100% that should have happened. But what that woman did to a child was way worse.
That is worse. I agree with that.
Lamar Jackson was actually able to defend himself and shove the other guy back. So it sucks that he did it in the first place, but at least Lamar defended himself.
I'm shocked that guy didn't get on camera with a neck brace and said Lamar broke my neck.
No, he tried. You didn't hear about that? The next day, he tried to say he was going to sue, and he was wearing a neck brace.
They all dumbass white boys do that. But the last thing I saw on the internet was a dildo getting thrown at a Browns game. And I'm like, bro, this ain't the fucking WNBA. Keep it in the WNBA.
Yeah, but it's the Browns.
That's my
you gotta
line.
remember,
That's my
it's the
line.
Browns.
Why were they throwing dildos on the
for
field?
Browns.
Shadir Sanders didn't even play. Why did they throw a dildo in the game?
Maybe they were meant for Deshaun Watson, Haas, not Shador. Did you think about that?
That's exactly it. It was for Deshaun Watson's masseuse.
Oh, one more.
So,
one more.
Big Rich, going back to that ball incident.
Deshaun Watson.
If it was a situation where Philly Karen caught the ball and the father came over and just flat out ripped it from her hands, then I can understand her being pissed off. But when there's nobody in those rows of seats down there and the ball lands, whether it's in front of you or perpendicular to you or parallel to you, it's open season for anybody. For fathers, mothers, Philly Karens, Philly Joes, no offense, Joe Dalio, for anybody. So again, if she had actually caught it, he came over and ripped it from her hands, then I can see her getting in his face and giving him the middle finger. But that didn't happen. You're right. She was completely way out of line. I agree with the Phillies organization for kicking her out of games indefinitely. Also, I don't know if you guys heard, but the company Camping World also gave the kid family a World Series package and an RV. So they got a souped-up RV from Camping World that they can take to the World Series, whoever goes. So yay to Camping World for doing that for his family.
Wow.
That's super cool. I didn't hear about
that. I don't think I'd have handled that the same way. Shout out to him for showing the discipline. Right? I can't imagine I'd have handled that the same way.
Rav would have thrown down, wouldn't you, Rav?
All right. I got one for you.
I don't know if throw down, but like he was right. That doesn't mean I would have handled it the same way. I'll just leave it there.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. She'd have had a big old knuckle print from a bitch slap if it was my kid.
I'll tell you, I got one for y'all. I don't know who wants to lead after me. So, Jalen Carter got fined over $50,000 for spitting in Dak's face and a 1-game suspension. And everybody said, well, what are they going to do? Wait. What are they going to do to Dak as a punishment? He's playing for the Cowboys and under Jerry Jones. He ain't going to win shit. That's his punishment.
I saw the video, Marcus. He didn't spit at Jalen. It was on the ground. I saw it. He spit on the ground, not towards them.
I'm putting some pictures you can load in for an overlay there about the whole Jalen Carter situation.
Anyway.
They're going to be in the drive-in to the huddle.
He spit in Carter's direction and had a big grin on his face.
Like he was intending to do that on purpose.
So I got you some pictures with the Jalen Carter situation. It's in the drive-in to the huddle chat if you want to look at those, Big Red.
Yeah.
Either way you look at it, I mean,
I love it.
Carter should have never done what he did.
Dude, he shouldn't even be in the league.
That is the next bobblehead at the Philly game.
What, Philly Karen or Jalen Carter?
Jalen Carter, the Hakua Carter doll.
Yeah, so Philly been on fire all weekend. Philly been on fire all weekend. I'm just waiting for something crazy to happen to the Sixers next.
Right? That way, if you want to put them up as an overlay.
Super stupid by Jalen Carter. That was just super dumb. I still kind of feel that way. I think because
you guys. Well, yeah. Did you see how much his fine is?
$57,000.
$57,362.
It's a game check.
Yep.
In other news, the Saints still suck.
I think they're going to be favorites in this game against San Fran. They might be. I haven't looked at the line yet.
Last I saw, the 49ers were a favorite. The Saints are 0-5 in them black helmets. They've never won a game with those black helmets. I'm pulling the defense man did good at first, but that offense is shit. And right now, the lineup is 49ers minus 7.5.
Because they're not going to have Brock Purdy in this game at all, right? They're going to be missing Purdy and Kittle in this one. So I don't know.
Where is missing Purdy too? I know Kittle's out.
Brock Purdy is playing. I'm 99% sure Purdy's playing.
Where is the
Kittle
game?
got put on IR. So
it's in New Orleans. It's in the Dome.
It don't matter.
Back-to-back home games.
Okay.
Hey, how about they get one guy who's actually younger than me, who's really
Did the Tigers beat the Yankees?
The 12-2 eighth inning. 12-2 in the eighth inning. The Tigers got 1,000,000 runs.
Huh.
And the Orioles walked off the Pirates. Y'all got lucky. 3-2.
I hadn't even checked on the Astros lately. I don't even know if they win.
You're up 3-1.
I'll say this too about the Orioles. That game Saturday was one of the best games I ever saw. The Dodgers game.
Nuts.
That was fantastic stuff.
Hey, by the way, Jason, your Dodgers came within 3 outs of a no-hitter twice in 3 days. That had never happened.
Yep. Either way, Dodgers are going to make history, be it good or bad. It must be nice for other teams to have a bullpen that can actually come in and close games. It's really refreshing to know that the Dodgers bullpen always comes up clutch for the other team. I mean, it really, really brings me so much joy to see Tanner Scott be benevolent with the home runs that he coughs up every now and then. And it really makes me more benevolent to see when guys like Blake Trinan walk the bases loaded, and when he throws a slider all the way out to Appomattox, Virginia, and when he can't even get a third freaking out. Really, I'm glad to know that the Dodgers bullpen is good for other teams, because that's the job. They are supposed to be clutch for the other team, not for their own team. And you know what? If I was Yoshinobu Yamamoto, after that no-hitter got tanked for me, granted, Yoshi had given it up when he gave up Jackson Holliday's home run, but still, when Tanner and Blake came on and did the wonderful choke job, Rav, on Saturday, if I was Yoshi, I would have taken a pair of chopsticks and I would have gone Bruce Lee on those two guys, because that is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Granted, he lost the no-hitter. And no offense to the Orioles, Rav. They have some good young talent. No offense to the Orioles. But in the 8th inning, when you have a 2-run lead and your closers are brought on to close the game, you have to freaking close the game. So if I was Yamamoto, again, I would have taken a pair of chopsticks. I would have gone Bruce Lee on both of those guys. And
he's terrific.
As far as Tanner Scott is concerned, he has no business being on a major league roster. Get him off the Dodgers roster. Whatever happened to this guy, forget about it. And you know what? Does baseball hate you, Tanner? Baseball hates you because you say it also would be wonderful if you had a coaching staff that could actually teach you how to improve your mechanics. Unfortunately, the Dodgers don't have that, so we're never going to know. That's all I got to say about that. And by the way, the Dodgers deserve to get swept by the Pirates the week before, because they showed up and did exactly dick. So that's what I got to say about that.
Okay, well, 2 things out of this. Jason, first, I would like you to not hold back and tell us what you really think. And secondly, I heard Walker Buehler's available.
No. I mean, look, Walker has a special place in my heart, as he does all Dodgers fans. He came on and sacked up and helped us win that World Series last year. If it wasn't for Walker Buehler, we would not have won the World Series. But Rich, Walker has struggled mightily this year. When the Red Sox cut him, he had a 5.74 ERA. And when the Phillies picked him up, they took a flyer on him. He did even worse at AAA Lehigh Valley than he did with the Red Sox. I think the problem with Walker is still physical with whatever's going on, but also mostly mental. Walker has never been in this situation before. So as much as I love Walker, he'll forever be a Dodger. Getting him at this point, to me, would just add insult to injury. I don't think he would make the bullpen better, regardless of how good he is in October. Plus, the Dodgers are getting a fair amount of efficient relievers back. They got Alex Vesia back. They activated him yesterday. They're very close to getting Roki Sasaki back, and if they get him back, he's probably going to be an X factor because they may stick him in the bullpen rather than in the starting rotation because they have all their starters healthy now. So we are getting some reinforcements back, but still, I'm not as confident about the Dodgers making a run as I was last year. Everyone thinks, all of the experts say, well, the Dodgers are going to click. They're getting all these healthy guys back, and they're going to click. I'm sorry. They have 17 games left to go in the regular season. If they couldn't click in June, July, and August, they are not going to click in the final 17 games of the regular season. It ain't going to happen. And if the Dodgers do, by some chance, make the playoffs, they're going to be a wild card exit. First round, I have no doubt about that. Regardless of how good their pitching is, there's no way in hell they advance past the wild card round. I'm just being realistic.
I'm gonna push back a little bit. I think the Dodgers don't have 50 problems. They got one. You can't finish games with that bullpen. That's not going to work. But everything else is good. Your offense goes down on the road, which a lot of teams do. Ohtani was a killer. Freddie Freeman, Betts is even coming. So but you got that bullpen is just not going to help you. Period. No, that's just losing you all the games.
But, Rav, we also have a problem defensively. We're one of the worst defensive teams in Major League Baseball, in the outfield especially. The Dodgers have the third worst defensive metric plus WAR ratio in all of Major League Baseball. Teoscar Hernandez could not field a patch of butterflies out there in right field. Watching Teoscar play right field is like watching Clete Boyer play catcher. Okay, I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. Not to mention that
it's bad for those people watching that don't know who that is.
Yeah.
That's old timers know.
Joe, I could have thrown an Ed Kranepool reference in there, but I decided not to. Okay. but Rav, aside from the bullpen, they are below average defensively. They're not good defensively, so I'm not as confident about them fielding the ball, especially in the outfield, as I was last year. And the problems are still not with Shohei and Frank and Mookie, because Mookie has swing his batting .328 over his last 15 games, 3 home runs, 14 RBI, so he's starting to finally click. But it's the bottom.
I thought Betts looked good.
Yeah, it's the bottom of the lineup. The lineup from 5 through 9. It's all over the place. Teoscar was batting 181 this week. You have a collection of guys that just aren't getting it done. And as we all know, especially in October, every spot in the lineup from 1 through 9 is important, but especially from 5, 6, 7, 8 on down. If those guys can't produce runs in October, what the hell are you going to do? By the way, did I mention the Dodgers also have the third worst batting average in Major League Baseball since July 1st. That doesn't bode well for us.
Oh, that was my daughter making a guest appearance.
No, but man, I'll tell you what, I really like Andy Pages. I really do. I think he's going to be a tremendous player, and he's going to he is really good in the bottom of the order and plays a good center field.
Well, if he can learn how to stop making base running blunders and learn how to take better routes to the ball in the outfield, eventually he will be better. But yeah, Pages has taken a few good steps forward. He has a great throwing arm in the outfield. We know that. But he still makes idiotic blunders on the base paths. And you know what? There's a lot of questions about whether or not he could have leaped up and grabbed that home run ball that Jackson Holiday hit to at least try and secure some semblance of that no-hitter. I've looked at the replay a million times. I don't think even if he did jump, there's no way he would have been able to get that. He's a short guy. He's not tall the way some other guys are. So
most guys in the National League can't play that Camden Yards outfield and if they're not familiar with that. So that's almost too much. That's not unusual. That somebody, especially a National League player who doesn't come often, they don't know how to play that Camden Yards at all.
Yeah,
it's easier on the Monster in Boston. It's easy, but Camden Yards, a lot of guys can't figure it out.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, so, this is only Paja's second year?
This is his second full season. He's been
season,
yeah. Go ahead.
May I cue the music for my dad?
Go ahead. I mentioned Cleat Boyer, Ken's brother. I didn't mention Ken. I should have thrown the Ed Kranepool reference in there, Joe. Gosh darn it.
It might have matched better.
Yeah.
Ed Kranepool.
I mean, Mets fans still love Ed Kranepool. Don't get us wrong, but I know what you're saying.
Speaking of Mets,
the longest playing original Met.
Yes, 17 years, I think.
Are you going to let everybody back in the National League wildcard race? What's going on? You lost.
Well, it looked like they were pulling ahead. Now, I kept telling people, I mean, as bad as the Mets are playing lately, I don't fear the Cincinnati Reds. And as it turns out, I shouldn't have feared the Cincinnati Reds. What I didn't realize is other teams like the Giants or even the Diamondbacks were going to start breathing down my back. And you know what? I still think the Mets are better than both of them. But I'm a little bit more afraid of them pulling ahead. I think the Giants are capable of going on a major winning streak, and they have some, postseason experience there that the Reds didn't have. So I still think the Mets get in. What they do at that point, very good chance. I disagree a little bit with Jason. I think the Dodgers will win the division, and I think they got an upcoming potential first-round series with the Mets. But the Mets better wake up, and I've been saying that for a month and a half. But again, the Reds are gone, like I thought they'd be. But I didn't even think about the fact that these other teams would be, stepping in and making some noise, and we'll see what happens. I still think the Mets get in, but they better wake up fast.
And you mentioned the Mets.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying I don't know that I discount them. I'll give you right back, Ref. The Giants are 2.5 back. The Reds are only 3.5 back.
Okay.
Arizona and St. Louis are 4 back.
Okay.
So there you go, Ref.
Oh, real quick, and you mentioned the Mets. That reminded me. Shout out to rest in peace to Davey Johnson, that passed away here a couple days ago. I think, I know he's considered a Mets manager, but that was the biggest travesty we ever had as Oriole fans, losing Davey Johnson. That's really when the Angelos family lost the city of Baltimore, when you got rid of Davey Johnson, when you got rid of John Miller as the announcer. So rest in peace to, I think, the guy that to this day is man, we should have kept Davey Johnson as the manager. All right, I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead.
Davey was just as good a player as he was a manager. He was a 3-time All-Star. I think he played second base. So for the Orioles, I might add. So yeah, he was an underrated good player, not a Hall of Famer, but a really solid good ball player.
He had 43 home runs the one year with it when on the Braves with Hank Aaron and Darrell Evans. I think they all hit over 40.
Yeah, and he even managed the Dodgers too in his later years before he managed the Dodgers in the mid '90s, if I remember correct. So yeah,
I can't believe he's not in the Hall of Fame already. When I saw that, it's he's not in the Hall.
As a manager, yeah, I know, kind of surprising, huh?
That's kind of crazy. I'm surprised.
I'd be surprised. Honestly, I would be surprised if he gets in.
What's going on behind the scene with Davey Johnson? Where I think it's something like that. It's got to be. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was going on behind the scenes?
Well, I don't know why he's not in. It seems like he's blackballed or something like that, or maybe there's something like that going on with Davey Johnson. Why he's not more revered, considering he's his win-loss percentage is as good as any manager in the Hall of Fame.
Charles, I'm not sure Davey Johnson won enough games compared to some of these managers like a Tony La Russa or Joe Torre. Of course, he won a World Series, but I'm not sure Davey's got the longevity.
The year Davey Johnson hit 43 homers, he drove in 99 and came in 13th in the MVP balloting. I wonder what 270, 43, and 99. What 12 players had a better year than that in 1973?
Right. 73.
Roberto Clemente.
I'm not saying he should have won the MVP, but what I'm trying to say is how were there 12 guys that had a better year? 3 or 4 I could understand, but 12?
Wasn't one of them Roberto Clemente that year?
No, Clemente died in 72.
Clemente died in 72.
I mean, his teammate,
Eve, 70.
Hank Aaron had
Hank Aaron, right? And
Hank
Darryl
Aaron
Evans.
did, yeah.
But I don't know who else could have been, that much better. I mean, you had a bunch of Cincinnati Reds that were, amazing.
73. Pete Rose won the MVP that year.
And he
Pete Rose won the MVP. Willie Stargell was second. Bobby Bonds third. Joe Morgan fourth. Mike Marshall, Lou Brock, Tony Perez, Tom Seaver, Ken Singleton, Johnny Bench, Cesar Cedeno, Hank Aaron, and then Davey Johnson.
Wow.
Hey, by the way, Joe.
And Stargell actually had a better year than Pete Rose.
And by the way, Joe, your Mets won the pennant that year.
Oh, I'm well aware of that. The worst team ever to win the pennant in the National League, I believe. But I'm well aware, and that's why we hated Pete Rose back then because of what happened in that playoff series.
When he and Buddy Harrelson came to blow.
Exactly. But, I mean, Pete Rose did deserve the MVP that year. But, Rich, I'm with you. Dave Johnson, maybe should have been, I don't know, 5th out of that list. Again, the Reds had an amazing list, and guys like Perez and Rose, obviously, were well-deserving. Stargell even, but you're right. There's not 11 guys that are better.
Yeah,
maybe 5.
Rose hit 338 with 230 hits, and he got 12 first-place votes. Stargell hit 44 bombs, had 119 RBI, hit 299, and a 1,038 OPS, got 10 first-place votes.
Wow.
And then Singleton played all 162 games, had a 425 on base, drove in 103, hit 300. That's pretty much from what I'm looking at. And Hank Aaron, who hit 40 bombs, 96 RBI, and hit 300. Mm-hmm. Those are pretty much the better years than Davey Johnson that year. When you look at the numbers.
Davey Johnson is
the other one
33rd in all-time wins as far as a manager. 33rd in all-time wins, 10th in winning percentage. I don't know, guys. Like Hall of Fame. I mean, that's higher than that. That's.
I would have to see the difference, the list of guys in between, that aren't in. You know what I mean?
He's right behind Joe Madden, who's at 32.
You could make a case for him. I don't think Joe Madden's a Hall of Famer.
No. Speaking of Hall of Famers, today is the anniversary of Sandy Koufax's only perfect game in his career and 4th no-hitter in his career. Tossed it in, I believe it was, 1965? Yeah, 1965 on this day.
2-2 the Hall of King. Swung on and missed a perfect game for Sandy Koufax.
It's a perfect game for Sandy Koufax.
Could you imagine if Sandy Koufax had the medical technology we have now, how long he would have played and what kind of ridiculous numbers he would have put up?
You imagine Gale Sayers, he would have been able to get proper treatment for his knee injury.
Gale Sayers would be the same way, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bo Jackson, too.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah, but I mean, going back into the 60s, though, when those guys had you had an injury, you were done. If they had the technology that we have today medically, Sandy Koufax would have put up numbers that would have had him considered by everybody the greatest pitcher of all time.
He put up.
He would have had 5,000 Ks before Nolan Ryan did.
Oh yeah, he put up video game numbers over a 6-year stretch. That was the most dominant in the history of Major League Baseball for a pitcher. Lord knows what he could have done with a full, healthy elbow over an 8, 9, 10-year span. For argument's sake,
right.
Another one from back then, Satchel Paige.
Yep.
No.
Oil Can Boyd.
Hey guys,
Catfish Hunter.
I'm gonna head out shortly, but I do have 2 things to say. Top 5 power rankings after week 1. Do you want me to go 1 to 5 or 5 to 1?
Just do them.
Whichever way is best for you.
I think we know who number 1's going to be, but I'm going to number 5. I'm going to surprise you. The Buffalo Bills do not make my top 5 power rankings. But
then it's invalid.
But the Baltimore
Jaguar did, I bet.
Number 5.
Jaguar.
Yes, I know you all think I'm crazy, but the Ravens are considerably better than the Bills. It's just Josh Allen's amazing.
I've heard other people say that, and that's wrong. They don't deserve it.
Number four, the Los Angeles Rams. I think the LA Rams have the league's most underrated defense, and Matthew Stafford's a top 5 quarterback in this game. And I'm telling you right now, I think the Rams defense will flummox a lot of teams this year. 3, the other team in LA, the Chargers. Did anybody see what Justin Herbert and the Bolts do to some guy named Mahomes the other night?
Yeah, week 1 Mahomes.
I want one of them.
He's 2-3 in week 1 so far in his career.
Well, one of those games came because one of those losses came because his tight end and best defensive lineman didn't play against you guys.
That had nothing to do with it. The pick 6 he threw.
Well, Brian Branch finally did something.
Yeah, Branch had another pick 6, but if it wasn't for a guy holding on to the receiver like it was his girlfriend, it would have counted.
Maybe if Taylor Swift. Maybe if she who shall not be named was the wide receiver.
Ken's dad, is he talking about whenever the pitcher came into the league or the best of the 80s?
Hey, you can ask Jason. If that would have stood, that'd have been 3 games in a row that Love threw a pick 6 to a Lions defender.
Yep.
And it would have been a game changer because that happened mid-third quarter.
Yep, problem more than likely would have, yeah.
And number 2, the Eagles. The Eagles probably have the most stacked roster in the league, outside maybe number 1. Green Bay, number 1 in the Smoky Power rankings after week 1.
Okay. Yeah, baby.
And 2, hey Josh. How many jerseys have you worn tonight? I think you've worn more jerseys than Cristiano Ronaldo.
I could wear 3. I could put on another one.
Oh God!
You having the Bills not in the top 5, Dylan? That's shameful, dude.
I mean, I saw the same game, and Baltimore's a better team, 100%.
Yeah, well, everything you see is not real. Okay, it's AI.
It's impossible to have an 0-1 team in the top 5.
Exactly.
He was not the only person I heard say that the Ravens were more impressive than the Bills were in a loss. To me, that's a no-go too. Like that's not. You can't lose the game in the last the way they did, and put the Ravens ahead of the Bills.
And not have the Bills.
No, I mean, are the Ravens still a top 10 team? Yes. Are they a top 5? No.
I think they will eventually
would I have
be
the
a top
Ravens
5.
9th or 10th? Sure.
I think they'll be eventually top 5. Like I said, I got them winning the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
My dad asked the question. He goes, "Name the most dominant pitcher in the '80s."
Oh, and it's Jack Morris.
Yeah, Jack Morris, 100%.
Jack Morris with probably an honorable mention to Burt Blyleven.
Better than the Rocket?
Rocket came in
Did
85.
you officially piss me
Yeah,
off?
he was
only there half
later
a decade.
80s.
Dave
86.
Steve was
He was
here.
only- that's
That's
why
why.
Maddox
That's
doesn't
why I
use
asked the
it.
question before whenever it was first got posted. I said, "Do you mean like played in the
It's either
80s?"
Jack Morris or Burt Blyleven, one or the other.
Dave
Got
Steve
one of
would
them.
be
You can make a
number-
case for both.
Dave Steve would be number 2. He was nasty for the Blue Jays in the 80s.
How about Rick
Steve,
Sutcliffe?
Steve would be up there.
Rick
Steve
Sutcliffe,
would be
yeah,
up
he
there,
should be
yeah.
on there.
Rick Sutcliffe was a good one too. Yeah.
I've got one for you.
I mean, obviously we could say Dwight Gooden too.
Yeah.
I've
Although
got
he was
Well,
more
but
later.
Gooden didn't come in until 84.
I've got one for you guys. Best.
So what? We're just calling it 1980? Is that it, or the whole 80s? What are we talking about here?
The whole
The whole
80s.
decade of the 80s. If you don't come in till 84,
You're
you've
4
missed
years behind.
4/10 of the decade.
I've got
You've
one.
missed almost half the decade.
I've got another one for you guys. Best left-hand pitcher of all time. I'm gonna go around the room and say everybody's best left-hand pitcher of all time. Boss Hogg.
Ooh,
That's
Well-
easy.
Boss Hogg. Big Hog.
You can't hear it.
Oh, he can hear. He just couldn't
What?
speak yet.
Who is the best left-handed pitcher in your eyes to ever pitch in Major League Baseball?
Oh God. Ah, fuck. Let me think about that real quick.
Best left-handed pitcher?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Stan Belinda. No.
Oh, he was a righty, you doofus.
I'm still on the Stan Belinda. That's a Pirate fan. If you remember that name, that's a hardcore Pirate fan. If
If you want to go
Left-handed?
that way, Adam, throw Jim Rooker out there or Jerry Royce or something if you're going to go that. At least get a lefty out there.
Well,
Right.
I
Next
we're going to be
wanna
talking
know-
about Mike LaValliere and Don
He's a catcher. He would
Slaughter.
not qualify.
I
for
want to
this.
know what era you want him from. If you're saying all time, the best one was Sandy Koufax. If you want to go,
Yeah, I was
older,
gonna say him. I was gonna say
I was gonna go
him
Randy Johnson.
or all,
CC
all time.
Sabathia.
I'd have said Sandy all time, or currently I'd say like Max Fried.
if you want to go really ancient and you want to talk about 1915 to 1940, you talk about Lefty Grove.
Lefty
and then
Yeah,
there's
but
another
nobody
guy
was
to put
around.
in
We
there.
weren't around for that, so
I
There's
know,
another guy
but
to
he
put in
said
that
all
discussion,
time.
though.
I don't
There's
count
another
1940
lefty to put in that discussion.
Steve
guys
Carl.
are
How about some love for Tom Glavine?
Yes.
Okay.
Tom Glavine 7.
Big Rich, all up the ante on the love for Tom Glavine. What about the love for Warren Spahn, who used to pitch for the Milwaukee Braves?
He's
363 career wins, a 3.09 career ERA, 2,583 strikeouts for his career, a 1.19 WHIP.
I've got
Warren
one.
Spahn.
He's up there.
I got one.
Yeah,
Jim
definitely up there.
Abbott.
Oh God.
Jim
There was
Abbott.
nobody
didn't
who
make
had
the
a
list.
no hitter with the Yankees.
But I got one
Love
that
Tim.
did. I got another one that I'll mention that's in the top 15. Johan Santana.
Santana, baby. Yep.
Nope. Santana.
Black Magic Woman, Johan Santana.
Clayton Kershaw's on this list at 5.
I've got
Fernando Valenzuela.
I've got
about
one
Tommy
for you.
John?
How about Paul Humboldt striking out 5 Hall of Famers in the 34 All-Star game?
I got another one that played for the Rangers, played for the Angels and the Tigers that you haven't even thought of.
Kenny Rogers?
No.
No, you're talking about Rick Honeycutt?
No. Frank Tanana.
Tanana. No.
Oh, wow.
Tanana?
He's,
Get
in,
out.
he's
No.
in the top 20 all time as left-handed pitchers right here, according to MLB.
All right.
What about,
I'm a Mets fan, but I'm going to bring up a Yankee. How about Whitey Ford?
Whitey Ford's
Oh, the
on the
chairman of
list.
the board.
What about Tommy John?
Tommy John's on
He
there.
just did it a long time. Him and Jim Cott both. They did it a long time. That's all.
So
Billy Wagner, you got to say too.
And-
Billy
and
Wagner's
the
in there.
only-
Yeah, if you want to throw an
the
Astro,
only-
Billy Wagner.
And the Mets
only-
got Billy Wagner.
The only White Sox to not get banned from the Black Sox thing, Eddie Seacott.
Well, Eddie Seacott sucked
What
during
about,
that World Series.
What about,
Oh, no, he did not.
What about
Well, he was I think he was hurt.
I still think it starts in it. I still think it starts with Sandy Koufax and works itself down.
Okay,
Yes.
Randy Johnson is number one. No question.
Sandy Koufax.
See, I'd
is
have him number
one.
2.
Did anybody
Lefty
say Roger Clemens or J.R. Richard?
No, lefties.
They're
lefties.
All right.
I'm
going to go right off the list. Sandy Koufax, Lefty Grove, Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton, Clayton Kershaw, Warren Spann, Whitey Ford, Tom Glavine, Carl Hubble, Madison Bumgarner, Eddie Plank, Johan Satana, Tommy John, C.C. Sabathia, Hal Newhouser, Lefty Gomez, Chris Sale, Araldus Chapman, Jimmy Key.
That tells you there haven't been a whole lot of elite left-handed pitchers.
Guess
That's
who's
all
the
that
next
list
one on the
explains
list?
to you.
Who's the next one on the list? David Price.
That definitely explains it to you.
You left out legendary.
Past the top 10, those are questionable pitchers to have on any sort of list.
And it's Randy Jones, Dave McNally, Jim Catt, Vita Blue, Rube Waddle, Frank Tanana, Jerry Roos, John Lester, Mark Bertley.
Mark Bertley, yeah.
Wow.
Al Leader.
Why not Billy Wagner on there?
Dontrell Willis made the list. Leo Gonzalez.
Al Leiter?
Yes.
You might as well put
Randy 28.
You might as well put Randy Tomlin.
No, we haven't even hit 20 yet. 20 is Harry Breachin. And then it's Paul Splittorf, Hippo Vaughn, Noodles Hahn, Dallas Keuchel, Babe Ruth.
Now you're just
making
getting
my point.
Now you're just getting silly.
Once we get past the top 10, they're all it's not even worth bringing up.
Okay, guys, I've got a
You didn't bring up Dave Rigetti.
I've got a better list. How about this?
Don't look all Dave Rigetti, then Rube
from the
Ricard,
Women's League.
Dave Rigetti
Mike
pitched for the
Fuller,
Mets when they won the
Mel
World Series. didn't
Parnell,
they?
Bobby
Yes,
Shant,
Dylan. What?
Mark Mulder, Steve Avery, Johnny Vandermeer, and Cole Hamels ends the list.
Okay, I've got a better list from everybody. Best right-handed pitcher in baseball history in your eyes.
There's more to choose.
All right, upon saying that, I'm going to bail out on this one. So I got to run, guys.
So then
Christy
you
Matt.
have Joe?
What's that?
How do we get you, Joe? How do we get you, man?
I'm on Joe Dell
Greg
Sports.
Maddox.
Joe Dell Sports on Twitter X. Again, talking about the Bills being a hit and talking about some guy that spit. Anything more than that, too. So you can find me there and then our Buffalo Sports Conversation Room. So I'll talk to you guys.
All right, Joe. Thanks for coming on, man. Always great to see you, man.
For me,
Thanks for
all-time
having me.
history, this guy belongs at the
Always
top
great,
because
Joe.
the award
Yeah.
is named after him. If you want to talk about the best right-handed pitcher all-time, Cy Young.
Christy Matheson's got to be on that list, right, guys?
Number one is easy. It's Walter Big Train Johnson.
He's fourth, according to MLB. Pedro Martinez is number 2. Bob Gibson is 3. Walter Johnson is 4. Cy Young is 5. Roger Clemens is 6. Christy Mathewson is 7. Tom Seaver is 8. Bob Feller is 9. Satchel Paige is 10.
I got Satchel Paige jersey somewhere.
Boy, I don't
Then
think
And see, that to me is a completely BS list.
And then
Because
it's
it
Nolan
is
Ryland.
missing. Nah, it's missing the greatest definitely the greatest pitcher of the late 80s and 90s. Definitely the greatest pitcher of that time frame.
Nolan Ryan.
on the
Then
list.
Bert Blyleven is next. Then Juan Marichal, Jim Palmer, Brett Saberhagen, Kurt Schilling, Grover Alexander, Gaylord Perry, Early Wynn, Mordecai Brown, Red Faber, and guess what? Babe Ruth made both lists because he pitched with both hands while he was with Boston.
I'm aware of this. If Greg Maddux is not in the top 5, it ain't a list worth of shit.
Greg Maddux is number 1. I said it first.
Okay, I didn't hear you say Greg Maddux.
Yeah,
That's why
I said Greg Maddux first, and then
Okay.
He said that list is bullshit. I was like, Greg Maddux is number 1.
That's why I say if Greg Maddux is not in the top 5 of any pitching list, it's bullshit.
Greg Maddox is number 2 on my list. Trust me, I'm not done.
Was Greg Maddox better than Roger Clemens, you guys think?
Heck yeah, he was.
All day long. All day long. The only
I don't
one
know
that I
about
would put close is Bob Gibson. They
And Bob
changed
Gibson
the
is
game
third.
because of Bob Gibson. So, I mean, if you wanted to make an argument of Gibson versus Maddox, I'm with you on that. You could argue that point.
I think you could
Some
argue
people-
the top three for me is Cy Young, Bob Gibson, and Greg Maddux. That's my top three.
I mean, my top three would be. Ooh, that's. I think my top three would be Big Train, Maddox, and Masterson.
Oh no, you have to be pretty damn good for them to name the best pitcher award after you. Hey, so he's in my top three.
Yeah, but he was also just. I think it was a case of he was the first.
I got Clemens a little bit higher than Maddox, a little bit, and simply because of the longevity.
I don't have
simply because you're talking.
I have Roger Clemens on my list, and knowing that he took PEDs, I don't have Roger Clemens in, and I don't want Roger Clemens in the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Cy Young won 511 games as a starter back in the dead ball era.
Right.
I got absolutely no problem if somebody says Cy Young and Walter Johnson. None at all. Those guys, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. In those, so that's what I would have 1 and 2, but I'd have Clemens ahead of Maddox a little bit.
You want to hear the craziest? You want to hear the craziest stat about Cy Young? For his career, 1.7 walks per 9.
Nobody ever
pretty
got
impressive.
Nobody's been close to that since.
Nobody.
Hey guys,
nobody.
I have to balance. I have to
wait a
balance.
minute.
I gotta get up earlier tomorrow. So I am at Sports Talking In on Twitter. You can get me at Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube as well. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notifications, guys. Rav, I saw you have a show coming out. What, the 14th?
What do you mean? Instant reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, after the Ravens game.
And
so guys
Mark, I will let you know if my guy texts me back. So I'll let you know. Rich, I will see you tomorrow night for Pittsburgh Talk.
Yep.
And Jeremy, Joshua, Haas, Jamie, Rav, Dylan, nice seeing you all again. We'll do it again next week.
See you later, man. Hey, Rav, one thing I got to throw out to you, though, and Jeremy, you too. Greg Maddux pitched 23 years. Roger Clemens pitched 24. So there's not much difference in longevity.
Yeah.
Greg Maddux, for his career, walks per 9, 1.8.
Yeah, but
over 23 years.
Awesome. And Rogers is over.
This is the discussion of, do you want the hard thrower or do you want the surgeon? I don't think there was a better surgical guy in the history of baseball than Greg Maddux was. No such thing. These guys now, they're in the stratosphere as far as carving up pitches, carving up the strike zone, whatever. Or do you want the guy that's gonna just be the flamethrower? I mean, Rocket just blew everybody away.
4 straight Cy Young awards, top 3 7 times. Finished second once, third twice, and 4 first place finishes. Along with, and this is a record that will never be broken, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I want to make sure I had the right number. 18 gold gloves.
For Maddux.
For Maddux.
Yep.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I got school in the morning, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're young.
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
Give us your contact info, man.
You can get me at JMF1fan on Twitter. I talk about F1, and I repost stuff about. I talk about all kinds of sports, I guess, on my Twitter. I don't really use it much, but yeah, you can get me there. And goodbye, guys.
See you later, man.
Bye.
All right.
Ricky Lolich. Who's what? Who were?
I'm gonna bail out now, guys. At Dylan S Sports One, Spunky Spectrum Sports, Big D Podcast. I'll be in Illinois next week, guys. So who am I gonna put in charge? I'm gonna put Hawk in charge.
Okay. Got it.
That'll go well.
And then there were
You got the juice now, brother.
I guess so.
GQ.
Yeah.
That's you, man. You got the juice now. Maybe y'all didn't catch that juice reference. Some of y'all did. Yeah. No, back in the day.
On
NFL Blitz.
good game. I missed that game.
Remember, you had to juice your players to bring them back from injury sooner.
I played an arcade version of that like
was a good game.
a few months back. I played an arcade version of it a few months back. It was nice. And the Saints sucked on that just like they suck today.
So, what else do we want to hit tonight, or do we want to call it a night, guys?
I wrote my review article, but it hasn't been published yet, so I can't share it, of that game. And I had a guy that lives on the West Coast that's a Lions fan. I sent it to him before it was published. He said, man, you captured the ebb and flow of the game, gave some key stats, and even gave us our one bright spot that we deserved at the end, the only touchdown we scored. Because that touchdown, the pass, the way it was done, and it was defended, it could only go that way. That was the only way it was going to be caught. The guy's reaching out of bounds as he's falling backwards. Come on. That might be the catch of the year when all's said and done. In a losing effort. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. Anybody got anything else?
Saints suck.
I'm right there with you, brother. We're 0-1 too.
Well,
So are the Ravens.
Now that you told me about Brock Purdy, there might be a chance now.
Are you saying you got a chance?
Are you telling me there's
me and Jamie are the only ones that are 1-0.
I know. And
how about that?
And guess what? We're both 1-0 with games that were both an offensive shootout. How about that?
I want to say one thing real quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You were talking.
No, I was just saying, if somebody would have told me that Steeler game was going to have that much scoring in it, I told them they were absolutely nuts.
Hey, I'll give it to Aaron Rodgers. He looked good.
I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't think he was great. I saw a lot of negative plays from Aaron from that Jets defense. Now, look, he could still hit that, carve you up that little short passes and all that, but I don't know, man, all season long. When they start playing real football teams, they may have some issues. But Aaron, I'll put it this way: that didn't look like the Aaron Rodgers I've been seeing his whole career. Like he's going to need that line to play well for him as well. He looked a little older.
He looked good. He didn't look great. He looked good.
Could have been worse. Ramsey looked great. I'll say that. Ramsey, he was all over the field when I saw that. The
only player that impressed me the most this week was Micah Parsons.
Parsons, I think, is a beast. They're even smart enough to, even in that game, they were using him inside. They were just moving him around because he doesn't know the playbook yet, probably. So they just probably told him, just do what you want to do.
The first time they lined him up inside, that's one thing that gave me hope for Tate Ratledge, our right guard right there, because they lined him up right on him, and he got pancaked that first one. And I was like, okay, this kid's got something. You know what I mean? Because it reminded me when the Bosa from 49ers went up against Sewell his first year. Just that first play where he pancaked him. I was like, okay, this guy shows promise. And then it was all downhill from there.
So I saw earlier they dropped the official like rankings in the league. So like it's no surprise like they got Buffalo like the #1 team in the league right now. You would think the Miami Dolphins would be the dead last team in the league. No, the dead last team is the Texans. So despite how bad Miami played, they're not the worst team in the league right now.
And the fact they only scored eight points and with a system now that, like I said, with a league that has more offense.
Oh, Miami was bad. Lordy. That Miami, was the real stink show.
Yeah, they belong at 32, 100%. They scored nothing and gave up, what was it, 30-something?
33.
But I get why the Texans are in last place. They've only kicked 3 field goals. They have not scored a touchdown yet. So Miami scored one. So that's why. No, I thought they had 7 points.
They got shut out, didn't they?
No, they had 7 points.
Oh, 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, I was watching it on Red Zone.
They must have scored in garbage time because the last time I saw the score, it was 33-0. That's why I was like, huh.
No, they scored like late in the fourth quarter, but Houston only kicked field goals. They didn't even score a touchdown. So I get why they'd be the dead last
Rams
team.
defense is better than ever. A lot of people think, but that offense isn't that good because even though the Texans defense is good, they only scored 2 touchdowns.
Well,
it was 14-9.
Well, I saw week 9. I'll go ahead and give you my week 2 predictions if we're going to do that. I'm going to quickly run them. Thursday night, I was going to pick Washington, but the way Parsons and that defense look, I think I'm going to take Green Bay over Washington. I'm going to still pick Saints over the Niners. I got Rams over the Titans, Bengals over the Jags, Ravens over the Browns, Bills over the Jets, Patriots over the Dolphins, Cowboys over the Giants, shockingly, Lions over the Bears, Steelers over the Seahawks, Broncos over the Colts, Cardinals over the Panthers. Super Bowl rematch, I'm taking the Chiefs just because Jalen Carter's out. Sunday night, I got the Vikings over the Falcons, and then your doubleheader on Monday night, I got the Bucks over the Texans, and I got the Chargers over the Raiders. Where do you object? Who wants to go first?
Kansas City's getting beat again.
You think at home?
That's my Kansas City was to me the very unimpressive week 1.
But they're supposed to have the royal engagement celebration at the home opener. They're not going to win on that night.
Mahomes, I think, is still great, but I think that's all that's left. Their run game is non-existent. They're talking about bringing Tyreek Hill in. They finally got beat by the Chargers, who have a better team than them. So I don't think Philly loses. I think Philly goes in there and win, even in Arrowhead.
It'll be a struggle win, and with what I was told with the halftime show, it's looking like we're either getting a pop or a country halftime show. Because last I saw, it's either down to Taylor Swift or Morgan Wallen now. I'd rather fucking Morgan Wallen, but I hate both of them.
I got nothing for you with Taylor Swift.
It wouldn't be
I was so sure
country halftime show.
I was so sure when Kelsey taught that ball, they were going to show Taylor Swift on Friday night, and they didn't show it.
When Kelsey got bitch slapped, I was waiting for Taylor to be in the crowd to be like, "You hit my fiance." No, they didn't even do that. I'm waiting. Whoever hit him,
I
I
wouldn't
was
be the
waiting
least
for
bit surprised if the league caught all kind of flack and backlash from
whoever hit him. I'm shocked didn't get a bigger fine than Jalen Carter, because you can't hit Prince Kelsey.
Yeah, well, Prince Kelsey can't go and hit young Xavier Worthy and get him injured and knock him out of the game.
That pissed me off because I got respect for Xavier Worthy, and he deserves it. He deserves to be on a better team than getting hit by his own teammate. But
I think he's too small to be a number 1 receiver. I think you're going to see this a lot. I think he's good. I think you could put him in a slot. I think he has value, but I think they're depending way too much on him. I think he's just not big enough to handle somebody's going to crack him. He's just too small. Pacheco's kind of got the same problem. Like, as good as he is between the tackles, he's always on the shelf, and I think you're going to have the same problem with him.
If you watch Pacheco run, his problem is he runs same hand, same arm.
Anything y'all want to bring up? I'm sorry.
That's why he struggles with getting off the. He has a good first step, but he doesn't hit his top speed till he's halfway down the field. That's why he's always caught from behind, Pacheco.
Anything college y'all want to bring up? I figured, Jeremy, you were pissed about Michigan getting screwed by Oklahoma and the referees. And
you know what? It is what it is. It was a sucky game. We didn't have our best. Bryce Young has yet to throw an interception, so as far as that's concerned, he's as good as
Bryce Young. Mean Bryce Underwood?
Bryce Young, Bryce Underwood, whatever you want to call him.
Rich, Baylor made a comeback with SMU in double overtime. They beat them fucking ponies.
They did. Baylor is an okay team. They're a good team. They'll probably go 8-4. They'll probably finish 4th or 5th in the Big 12, maybe 3rd. They got a game this week against literally the Mighty Sisters of the Poor and the Twisted Blind. They're playing Samford this week.
The Samford Bulldogs.
Now, granted, that's one of those games that they're paying for them to come in. And would I be surprised if Stanford came in and beat them? No, but
they won't.
I think, Baylor's good. They're not great. Not as good as a lot of people around here think they are. Sawyer Robertson's a pretty good quarterback. Nice arm. But Michael Trigg is a hell of a tight end. He's going to play tight end on Sundays. He's too big to play receiver. He's a monster and has super good hands. Probably the best player Baylor's got is a kid named Michael Trigg. Outside of that, Baylor's put a lot of guys in the NFL the last few years, like 10 years.
I'll tell you one one college team in Texas that got me in shock with how good they are right now. And of all teams, you won't believe who I'm gonna say.
Tech?
North Texas?
No.
Oh.
How about this? They're not a Division I school.
Well, Tarleton's pretty damn well. Tarleton's D1 now, though.
There you go. Well, they are. Oh yeah, they're in the.
They are.
They're in what? Not Conference USA or?
Yeah, they became a D1 2 years ago.
And I'll tell you another team that's surprising the hell out of me.
FCS level though. They were FCS level. They used to be Division II. Then they moved up to FCS level.
I'll tell you another team that's a smaller school that's been surprising the hell out of me with who they beat the last 2 weeks. UFF Bulls.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to do it twice in a row. I don't think they'll do it with Miami, but I'm glad they did it with Florida. But that's going to haunt us.
Miami's a different animal, but that's okay. The fact that they beat the number 4 team in the country in week 1 and then turn around and backed it up from what was Florida, 13?
I don't know, but I'm shocked Billy Napier still got a job after that loss. But that's just going to be.
Billy Napier, have you seen Florida's schedule?
Yeah, they got us next. And it's the gold game.
9 of their last 10 games are against teams that are currently ranked.
They got LSU next, and it's the gold game. But they don't get gold like the
9 of their last 10 games are against teams that are ranked currently. They've got a hellacious schedule this season.
And I think Georgia Tech bet some money on that this week over Clemson. I think Clemson has really gotten exposed. Their quarterback was supposed to be one of these top guys. Georgia Tech, they've been running the same offense for 1,000 years, and I think they're going to get shredded. I mean, you know what they're going to do. They're going to run the football 45,000 times. And I think they beat Clemson.
How did we end up with Megatron coming out of Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech doesn't run the triple option anymore. They run a spread no huddle.
Yeah. Say one matchup.
They don't run the triple option anymore, but they still run the football a lot, even in their system, more than most teams as well. Clemson, I'm saying more about Clemson too. They're just not. They're just not where they need. Dabo is really gonna, I think, going to consider going to the NFL or something here pretty soon.
Another game that
Cade
could
Klubnik
be like
is not a good quarterback.
another game intriguing to watch. Like some people say, oh, it's going to be a blowout or one-sided. I mean, I'm not saying this team will win, but I think they keep it good with the other team. And it's the quarterbacks playing each other. Watch out for South Carolina and Vanderbilt. I feel like that will be like a hell of a game right there. You got Diego Pavia versus Lenore Sellers. Yeah, Carolina will win the game at home, but it ain't going to be no like blowout. I think they can keep it close and maybe be like a 2-possession game in Columbia, but Carolina gets the win. Then you got Notre Dame and Texas A&M in South Bend, which I took Notre Dame in that one.
Notre Dame is going to roll A&M.
What else they got? They got Ole Miss and Arkansas. Ole Miss should beat them. LSU and Florida.
Guys, I got to head out. You guys going to be able to shut this thing down if I bug out?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and call it.
I need to get out of here, too. Yeah. It's late. Tigers win again. Best league in the American League right now, right?
And we lost in 10 innings, 4-3 to the fucking Blue Jays.
Pirates lost 3-2 on a walk-off. Rangers lead 5-3 in the bottom of the 8th.
Wow. I'm going to say this right now. Thank you for having me on. It is a pleasure to be on Driving to the Top Productions open mic night. Thank you for watching. If you're watching from my channel, make sure you hit the bell. If you're watching from their channel, hit the bell. If you're watching from Rabori Sport, hit the bell. Get notified. Watch us all. Thank you.
I'm at Big Hoss 337. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. My show you can catch on Wednesday nights on the go right here on Drive to the Top Productions and all. I got another show tomorrow. I might be pulling a doubleheader if I can get a guest to replace Gina for the 49ers Saints preview. But if not, I'm just going to do one whole episode doing it all. But be on the lookout tomorrow. Might pull another doubleheader or it'll be a solo one.
Jamie, Rav?
Yeah. So this week on the podcast, we'll go ahead. Instant reaction right after the Bills, right after the Browns and Ravens game. So definitely check that out. And it's live on Driving to the Top this year and on the Rivalry Sports channel. So definitely check that out. This week, we're going to be talking about the Bills' loss. We're going to be talking about the Browns' Flacco playing his first game in Baltimore. So definitely check that out. Big Five, we're going to talk about, obviously, the big Eagles and Chefs game as well. Who are the best teams in the MLB, the tiers. We're going to tier all 30 teams in the league, and we're going to still talk about the Orioles as well on all platforms.
Cool, man. Cool. We definitely appreciate everything you're doing, man. Jamie, what do you got? How do we get you?
You guys can catch me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Muller, the unbiased journalist at DJ Dog Tags on X, the Fort and the Fortball.com, where I write about all sports. You guys can also catch me every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Joe Daly and I just did episode 3 of season 3 of the Bubble Sports Conversation, where we talked about the Bills beating the Ravens, some other week 1 action games, and what do we think is going to happen in week 2. And, it's really good to be doing a show again when we're finally talking some real football. And then you can catch me at 9 o'clock p.m. every Tuesday night on this same channel, Driving the Top Productions, where we do open sports. Mike, again, we were talking about football kicking off and a little bit of baseball history debate there and power rankings in the NFL. And tomorrow you can catch me at 9 o'clock p.m. on the Huddle Sports Network with Jeremy, Ken, and the guys over there. We'll be on from 9 to about 10. So you will be doing more NFL roundtable stuff. We'll be doing week 1 recap and preparing for week 2. And then Thursday nights, you can catch us back here at Driving the Top Productions for season 3 of the UFL starting in March 2026. Thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit the bell for notifications for more stuff on Driving the Top Productions, and also on the Huddle Sports Network. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X, and then also you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Roku TV, and Apple Fire Stick for the Huddle Sports Network, wherever you get your podcast. Thank you guys very much for listening, folks, and we'll see you next week right here on Driving to the Top Productions for Open Mic Sports Night. Good night, everybody.
And you can get me on X, Big Rich 8371, or my Facebook page, just my name, Rich Richardson. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, myself and Adam will have Steel City Sports Talk. Talk about the Steelers' victory over the Jets. Also talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates' successes over the last few weeks. 12-7 in their last 19 games, and they are one game under 500 under Don Kelly. So, there's a lot of questions there as far as do we keep the guy, do we not, and things like that. We'll answer all that for you tomorrow night. Rav, Jamie, I appreciate you guys a whole lot. Appreciate everybody that's been a part of the broadcast tonight. And until next Tuesday night with Open Mic Night, my name is Big Rich. So long, everybody.